Behind the cage. Dash to his right and wraps it around to the goal. Lovo, O'Reilly over the top. Roy ready. Shot and score. It's around Wheat. Up and bounce. Shot and a score. Wow. Levine with some speed. Levine fakes a pass. Levine all the way is going to fire and score. Up top, Druin. He wants a shot and he's got it. Wow. Meanwhile, Arbusto. One-handed shot is up and in with an extra man. Bouvier sniping top corner. Sophomore goes back to it. Enzo turns and scores. Now inside of 4 minutes. Who's the man? Spellman's the man. That's who. Clark on the run. Shot and score. Meanwhile, Durkin to the cage. Shot and score. Chase. Extra feed. Shot and score. Game over. Well, hello here, everyone, and welcome here to Portsmouth. Nick Anastas, Roger Howe with you. It's our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week, presented by Beals Insurance, the Derryfield Cougars, and the defending champion Portsmouth Clippers. We welcome you inside of week number 6 statewide. Two very short list contenders in Division 2 squaring off here for the first time in 2022. It's a rematch of last year's Division II semifinal, which was played here on this field, a low-scoring game won by Coach Vischer's Clippers. Portsmouth leading the pack here with 2 weeks to go before tournament time. 11-1, the best record so far in Division II. They come in having won 3 in a row. Derryfield right behind them. They've also won 3 straight and are 9-2, looking for their 10th victory tonight. So both coaches very familiar with one another, Roger. We mentioned Coach Vischer, of course. You can see Chris Hetler, longtime head man with Derryfield there on the screen a moment ago. And, well, I have a feeling that both of these teams have been eyeing one another, so to speak, really all season long and are more than ready to go toe-to-toe tonight.
Yeah, I think so, and what an exciting atmosphere here today at Clipper Stadium. It's quite electric, I got to tell you. There's fans streaming in here just like any other big game we've been at Stellos or Bedford High School or Bilbao Stadium. But yeah, you're exactly right. These two teams are going at it, 1-2 in Division II right now. Portsmouth has played one more game than Derryfield, and their only loss, obviously, was that great battle they had against Exeter. But there are 6 points that separate them in the NHIAA standings, and that's going to be some hard ground to cover, given where we are in the season right now. So this should be a fantastic matchup. I'm looking for just an electric atmosphere and fast-paced action here right from the first face-off.
Two of the better coach teams statewide, no matter what the division. And this may or may not be the last they see of each other, depending on how the tournament shakes out.
Exactly.
Of course, Derryfield, they won 4 straight Division II championships under that man, Chris Hetler, not too long ago. A streak that began in, 2016? They won it again in 17, a three-peat in 2018, and then a 4th straight in 2019. Of course, 2020 there was no season due to the COVID-19 situation, and as I mentioned last year, these two met in the semifinals. Portsmouth 11-1, as you mentioned, Roger, just the one blemish in which they gave Division I Exeter all they could handle in that game. You were there.
I was there.
And were impressed.
I was very impressed. There's a couple of guys on this team that I can't wait to see play in this game again tonight. That's Zach Amen, number 24, midfielder, only a sophomore. He actually scored 3 goals in the championship, 2 goals last year in the semifinal game against Derryfield here as a freshman. But he had had total command at midfield for the Clippers in that game against Exeter. And obviously, Mr. Nick Smith, another very prominent player that figured in a number of our broadcasts last year, and I'm looking for him again this year.
Having an outstanding year now as a sophomore, but yet a veteran. Turned in a pretty good freshman campaign for that man, Chad Vischer, a year ago. It's pretty windy here, as it typically is on the seacoast, but been a gorgeous day throughout New Hampshire. And, well, the sun should set at some time after we get underway here. And again, one of the turf fields, nicer turf fields here statewide. All right, Roger, quickly, what do we need to see from both these teams here? What are those coaches looking for? What are some of the keys each way tonight?
Well, ball control, obviously, right from the start of the X. Let's see who can control the face-offs here. But we are going to be watching Chile. We're going to be watching Quinn Silvio on the Derryfield side, Zach Amend, Nick Smith, and I like Skylar Michaelides in goal. He stood on his head in that Derryfield game last year. I think he had something like 23 saves, but I'm really excited to watch him play. And I think just being able to control the ball and not make mistakes, in transition and while you're settled on offense.
All right, take a break. Come back. Game time. Portsmouth and Derryfield coming up next. You are watching our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week, presented by Beals Insurance.
Here, your captain.
Our broadcast today, as it always is brought to you by Beals Insurance Agency, with locations now in both Bedford and Londonderry. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance will get you both the price and quality coverage that's right for you. Just call 603-471-9999 or visit BealsInsurance.com to request a free quote and start saving money today. Again, that's BealsInsurance.com. The New Hampshire Tomahawks promote the highest level of club lacrosse competition, not just in the state, but in the country. Looking to get recruited? Director Chris Cameron keeps an open dialogue with the nation's top college lacrosse coaches. Over 400 New Hampshire Tomahawks alumni have played at the college level, including the ACC, Big East, Big Ten, Ivy, NESCAC, NE10, and more. New Hampshire Tomahawks coaching staff has over 100 coaches, including current high school, varsity, and college coaches. The Tomahawks offer training for players of all ages, clinics, camps, and leagues, along with spring, summer, and fall elite teams. So play with the best. The New Hampshire Tomahawks, showcase and development for college lacrosse. Visit NewHampshireTomahawks.com and girls.nhtomahawks.com.
Hey, I'm Chad, the owner of New Hampshire iPhone Repair. We're New Hampshire's most trusted and affordable repair shop for your iPhone, iPad, iPod, and even Android needs. Don't worry, we're affordable, reliable, and we back our parts with a lifetime warranty. And you know what the best part is? No, what? We can repair your phone while you wait.
I know, that's why I'm here.
Oh, I know, Mrs. Green. Here's your iPad, good as new. Bring your phone into New Hampshire iPhone Repair today.
How can you reach your team's fundraising goals at no risk and no cost? MG Sports offers a variety of products to make your team's fundraiser a success. Their products include tickets and discount cards to hundreds of local businesses. MG Sports now has a digital platform where athletes can raise funds in the comfort and safety of their own home. So become another lacrosse program like Bedford, Goffstown, or Memorial that sets fundraising records every season. MG Sports, fundraising made easy. Visit mgsportsfundraising.com to start raising money for your team today. Are you thinking of selling your home? Well, now may be the time, given that spring is here, the market is hot, and interest rates remain at all-time lows. It's time to call Roger Howe, a licensed professional realtor with the Bean Group. Not sure what your home is worth? Roger will provide a market analysis for you at no charge. With 12 years experience in residential, commercial, leasing, and investment properties, Roger knows your local market. So contact Roger Howe of the Bean Group today.
At Dead River Company, the work we do is about more than just filling up tanks. It's about the everyday moments in your home. We're here to fix your heating equipment, so you have heat and hot water for moments like this. We brave the elements, so you're always safe and warm. Anytime, day or night. Because it's moments like this that we do everything we do.
Dead River Company. It's not your job to worry about the heat. It's ours.
Become a customer today and we'll be there for the moments that matter to you.
There we go.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Tom Dodney Field at Portsmouth High School.
Back here in Portsmouth, Nick Anastas, Roger Howe with you. It's our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week presented by Beals Insurance. A good crowd gathering here on a gorgeous night in mid-May for two of the better teams statewide, really, regardless of division. I think both teams have proven that here. Cougars with an earlier win this season over D1 Bedford. It's way back in week 2 and raised some eyebrows at the time. And, of course, Portsmouth almost knocked off Exeter, which would have really been something. But in the end, it's their lone loss. They lost by a lone goal and are looking to keep it going here tonight. It's a big week for the Clippers, really the meat of the schedule for the last 2 weeks of the regular season. We'll see Timberlane here Thursday in a rematch of last year's Division II championship.
Yeah, a lot of heavy-hitting schedules coming up here, or games coming up here, with especially in Division II. There's just so much at stake at the top with all of these teams, and very, very disappointed we didn't get to see the Campbell the Trinity Plymouth game yesterday. That would have been a nice battle to see in Division III. So, tonight this could define a little bit of what's going on at the top in terms of the power struggle, and Wyndham dropping a game this past week, and then Timberlane winning yesterday in a big win. Kind of sets the stage for these last 2 weeks to be a really exciting finish, I guess.
At defense number 12.
That's Tom Kozlowski, the Portsmouth Athletic Director, also serving as the public address announcer. Station right above us up here in the stands. One of the louder venues Roger will visit all spring. They've got dual speakers basically right overhead from where we're stationed here, so they're with us. It can get a little loud here,
good
as
thing,
we're going to find out.
Good thing our executive producer is into the insurance business. We're going to have to get some workman's comp going here.
That, of course, is Steve Beals, also one of our videographers tonight, Craig and Cardoni. Beyond the other lens to our left, Director Ben Beals, of course, back in the Beals Insurance Studios. We'll step aside for the national anthem.
Please remove them. That's right.
For both teams. As we take a look here, obviously the Clippers, the hometown fans are here in Portsmouth. The Derryfield School supporters have made the trip up from Vegas, all the way from Manchester.
There is a defined line.
Yes.
We got a DMZ going here, and we don't have to worry about anybody getting on top of anybody else here.
That's
and getting
right.
Rowdy. This is a rowdy place to begin with, but
both head coaches with smiles on their face here, shaking hands at midfield. Kind of a budding rivalry here. As we know, Derryfield kind of unchallenged for a long time atop the mountain in Division II. That all changed last year in the semifinals when Portsmouth was able to eke out in a low-scoring affair.
yeah, 6-4 last year. And we hope that we get to see both of these teams maybe in the finals. The other teams like Wyndham, St. Anselm. See, we're talking St. Anselm's, and St. Thomas coming up in the division. They'll all have something to say about it.
Yeah.
And don't forget about Winnicott. They may have lost their last two, but they're still right there too.
Winnicott handed Derryfield their last loss, second loss of the season. That was a rematch of Week 1, a game that was won by the Cougars. Since that defeat, though, Derryfield has won 3 straight. On the other side, Portsmouth, winners of 3 in a row since that lone goal loss against Division I Exeter.
Yeah, within seconds, too.
The official is Ari Johnston. He's at midfield, getting set for the opening face-off here on the turf. First of 4 12-minute quarters. Live from Clipper Country. Nick and Astis, Roger Howe with you. It's our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week presented by Beals Insurance, and we are underway from Portsmouth. Smith, the sophomore, had his head on a swivel, realized he had the ball to himself. He's going to clear it himself here, and now coming down the alley. Finds a man left side. Home team going to pump the brakes. Portsmouth going to get set here for their first trip on the attack and get settled in on possession number 1.
Yeah, nice ground ball there, and they're right in control. Slow it down. Go circle here. See what they end up morphing into.
Behind the cage, Michael O'Neill, one of these veteran seniors. Coach Vischer, who spoke with us on Sunday, part of our FNL Lacrosse program Sunday morning, said this is really a special group of seniors, and we're starting to see why. Michael O'Neill near the cage, able to beat the goaltender and put Portsmouth out in front 1-0.
Boy, nothing fancy there. Just get the ball up top to Moldari and find the wing coming up off of goal line, and he just makes a nice quick face dodge and comes right in on the crease. Well played.
So less than a minute in, Portsmouth very patient on that opening trip. They score 49 seconds in and have themselves a 1-0 lead. Smith back in the circle for the Clippers. Going up here against Derryfield's Logan Purvis. And again, the ground ball battle is won by Portsmouth.
Nice play.
Coach Vischer's club 2 for 2 at the X, and they'll look to cash in for a second straight trip. Well, as I was starting to talk about the Portsmouth seniors, Roger, a lot of them on the roster, a lot of them saw major minutes during last year's championship run, and well, for the most part, they've all played together for several years, dating back to when they were kids first learning the game. Meanwhile, looked like Derryfield had forced the turnover instead of whistle. It's going to give this one back to Portsmouth.
Yeah, and it's also astounding that 2 of their best players are sophomores, and they've got 2 more years after this. They'll still be strong.
It's a good mix in terms of class variety, I suppose.
Love the movement here in their offense.
Well, he said that, now that they're older, Coach Vischer said they can do a little more things offensively than what we saw from them last year.
Yeah, and more cohesive unit. They did lose some seniors last year, but these guys can click.
It's one of the tri-captains, senior Keegan Myers. Good extra pass, and O'Neill's got his second goal. Well, as you said, Roger, great movement there. Derryfield a little slow to slide over. O'Neill with a good shooting lane, and he's got his team up 2-0.
Yeah, and you've heard me all season long talk about movement on man up, man down, things like that, and this is just like watching a man up unit right now, the way they're cutting through, getting to the backside, doing everything they can to get nice clean shots.
Meanwhile, Smith looking for his 3rd straight at X. He's got it. Quick pass near side. Portsmouth once again going to possess. Keegan Delisle, junior attackman, finally gives it up from the wing. O'Neill now behind the cage. Just over 2 minutes gone by. Portsmouth looks for a 3-0 lead, and they've got it. That may be the fastest hat trick we've seen all season. O'Neill with 3 goals in 2 minutes and 22 seconds, and that is going to lead to a Derryfield timeout.
Yeah, he just blows right by the defender, Lautieri, which we have not seen a lot of, if anything, this season from Lautieri. He does not get beat like that, but O'Neill just turned it on, hit it, and he couldn't even catch up. He didn't have to even make a dodge or a move with his stick. He just came through. But yeah, what's that? 2 minutes and
22 seconds.
22 seconds? Yeah, crazy.
Goals number 2 and 3, just 20 seconds apart. And again, Portsmouth has scored on all 3 possessions here so far, 3 for 3 at the face-off X. An impressive start, certainly the start Coach Vischer was hoping to see, and the exact opposite on the visitor sideline. Coach Hetler having to burn an early timeout here to address his players.
Yeah, this is just, guys, we got to settle down. I mean, we've seen Derryfield at home several times this year, and your comfort zone is so much better when you're playing at home in front of your own fans and at Cougar Country. But here, this place is loud. There's a lot of fans here, and it can put a little bit of a jolt into you as a high school player, underclassmen. They're just not rising to that right now, and I think Coach Hetler just wants them to just calm down, play your game.
Going to have to figure something out defensively here, as two of the 3 goals for O'Neill were right near the cage.
Yeah, right in close. Yeah.
All right. Would help to win a face-off as well. Purvis trying to dig deep here. Coming out of the timeout. Yeah. Goes between his legs backwards. This one takes a couple of hops inside the box. O'Neill takes a tumble. Looked like he had it. The official agrees. Portsmouth going to keep it.
Yeah, that's the right call there. He was on his back as he went down for the ball.
Now 4 for 4 to open up at the X.
Yeah, but give it to Purvis, figuring a little bit of something out there.
The freshman on the field, Ben Purcell, listed as both an attackman and a midi. Number 16 in white, getting some action here early. As you mentioned, part of a strong underclass to complement these seniors. Here's a junior on the near wing. Goal line extended now. Delisle behind the cage for O'Neill, who's given room by Silvio. Perhaps Derryfield's best two-way player. Yeah, to the middle, pass off target. Delisle made the cut, couldn't reel it in, and that's what Coach Hetler was hoping to see, the Derryfield defense force a turnover.
Yeah, that was a good break for Derryfield, because you had Quinn Silvio man up on O'Neill as a shorty, and that's not what you want on the defensive side.
Silvio met at midfield by Delisle. The ball pops out. Silvio able to recover. So Derryfield on this side of the 50 for the first time in the game now, 3.5 minutes old. Trying to get on the board, trailing 3-0. This is Alexander Murray, one of their better goal scorers here on the near side wing. Going to try the opposite side, R.J. Prue with a quick touch. Around the horn it goes. Coach Hetler wants to make sure everyone gets a touch on this opening trip.
Yeah, I definitely want to get that ball in your stick, feel it release, get smooth, get comfortable.
Chili Cabot, sophomore, player to watch. According to Roger, he's on that far side. Played well all season. John Kramer as well, former Bedford Bulldog, on the field. There's a big hit. Tate Flint, another new player, came over from Trinity, now being double teamed, and it's taken away. The long pull, Gunnar Jackson to the rescue with the ground ball. However, Jackson runs out of room. Steps out of bounds on the sideline. A good play by Tate to force the turnover, but the officials are going to go, nope.
And give him the push.
Not so quick. They're going to say he was forced out of bounds. We take a look there at the play. Flint lost it, taken away by Jackson, and then...
Yeah, hard to tell.
Hard to tell with players standing along that home sideline. 4.5 gone by. And now Portsmouth back on the attack, looking to build on a 3-0 lead. Dom Mulderry, senior, headed to Endicott to continue his college lacrosse career. Going to split dodge, spin, and cough it up right into the head of the stick of the goaltender, who was ready to go.
Yeah, a little too much there by Dom. When you feel that pressure in the slide coming, you gotta make a decision to get out if you're not.
Here's Silvio up top, spin move. Pull it back out. Derryfield looking for their first shot here. Just over 5 minutes gone by. Flint going to jog near his side. Smith giving him plenty of distance. It's like they want to clear out here. Going to go goal line extended now. It's one of the better matchups here to watch.
Nice look.
Draws the slide. Pass dropped in front of the cage. And now a whistle. Someone may have kicked it. Not sure. I thought that may have been kicked. As we get another look.
No, we're gonna get a slash here.
It's our first penalty.
Yeah.
It's going to go against Portsmouth's O'Neill. Scored all 3 goals. O'Neill now on his knee in the penalty box. Gets a tap on the shoulder from Coach Vischer. All right, so an opportunity and a good one for Derryfield to get on the board, trailing 3-0. First EMO either way as we come up on the midway point first quarter. This is Liam Canty, number 4 in maroon, the freshman midfielder for Derryfield. Shot. Silvio hits the post. That one rocketed near the head of the goaltender, Michaelitis, and flew all the way to the near sideline before it bounces out of bounds. Derryfield a quick restart. They leave it with Murray, who's unguarded behind the cage.
Great movement here.
O'Neill getting ready to come back on here shortly. Derryfield okay with moving it along the perimeter. Wind picking up here as well on the seacoast. Murray near side. He's open. He fires, and Michaelitis says no way. Excellent stop by the senior, who was ready for that one along the near side post.
He sure was, and it was a good take by Murray there. Nice low to high.
Portsmouth taking their time on the clear. They free up Ryan Patton, the senior defender, who brings it across midfield. And now once again, Portsmouth on the attack. Coming up at 5 minutes to go, first quarter. Portsmouth with 3 goals right off the bat in the first 2 minutes and 22 seconds, all by senior Michael O'Neill. And we've been stuck there at 3-0 ever since.
Yeah, we have. Good action, though. Penalty in between. They were able to kill that, Portsmouth was. And let's see what new surprises we got here starting in the midfield.
Back to even strength. And again, Portsmouth going to circle it around here. Maldari will swing it far side. And now backing up for Portsmouth is Myers. Back over to Maldari.
Let's see how they move.
Maldari to his right.
Oh, yeah.
Nice pass. Myers, though, never quite had it. Shot quickly triggered by Delisle on the near side. Portsmouth going to keep it. Back up top. Rolf's shot fake. Bouncer won't get through. Derryfield going to come the other way. Canty, the freshman, showing the speed across midfield. It's a 4-on-4, and now Derryfield going to pump the brakes. Pass taken over the top by Brown. Sorry, by Prue, rather. And now Murray takes over. Going to flip it over to Silvio. Inside of 4 minutes first quarter. Again, Derryfield hoping to get on the board here, trailing 3-0.
Yeah, that was a smart move by Derryfield to just slow it down, get a good offensive stretch here, look for a good take.
A lot of talk defensively amongst the Clippers.
Yeah, we can hear Michaelitis all the way up here.
Yeah.
With the wind.
Wind is really whipping right now. Meanwhile, Maldari gives Silvio a shove.
That's going to go off Derryfield.
I think Myers got a stick in the passing lane. Ball was kept inbounds here somehow on the near side. Derryfield going to keep it right here, coming up on 3 minutes to go first quarter.
Yeah, good hustle by Liam Canty.
Silvio's pass over the top, broken up.
No.
Ball swept on the carpet, loose near side, and still loose. Maldari's got the inside track for Portsmouth, trying to keep it alive, and does. Able to bounce it over to Purcell, and the freshman will take it from there. Getting whacked at here by Silvio along the near sideline. The youngster able to circle back, and now Delisle, a free path to the cage, fires and kicked away by Lebedes, who is ready for that one. Got his left foot on that shot, it looked like, to set it aside.
Yeah, he did. It was going wide, but he did get the save there.
Parker Lebedes, the sophomore, played well all season. And, of course, his head coach is a former goaltender in his own right, Coach Hetler, so I'm sure that can help a young goalie, right?
Yeah, well, he said that he had many an hour with Lebedes this past offseason working with him.
Bouncer is good. Well, what a catch, able to reel it in overhead. And then fire the bouncer just inside that far post. Portsmouth's got a 4-0 lead.
Yeah, this is just a great lacrosse play. Comes off a double and a quick sneak into the middle and fed right there by Nick Smith. Great play.
Rolf's one of the captains, one of the seniors. Got his first goal tonight. Portsmouth 4-0 lead. They break up a dry spell of over 7 minutes on the attack with that goal. And have built themselves a nice little pad here early as we head towards 2 minutes to go in this opening frame. They've been dominant at the X as well. Smith going to win that one outright. The sophomore is now 5 for 5.
Yeah, he's a force already. This is what we said at the beginning of the game. Whoever's going to be dominant at the X, and we're seeing it already.
Step
again.
O'Neal. Pass, though, jammed up just outside the crease, scooped up by Lebedes. Outlet taken near side by Flint. Flint absorbs the hit from Delisle, gets the step.
Yeah,
there he draws the flag.
Yep.
Going to be a penalty coming up against Portsmouth. You know, Flint runs over the defender, and then we get a whistle.
You got to get that roll. You got to get that roll on replay right there.
All right, so we're going to sort this out here. We got a minute penalty on the way, or I believe a slash.
Yeah, he's going to
against Portsmouth's Keegan Delisle, who's down there on his left knee. No argument from the youngster. He knew he was guilty immediately. Now, I'm not sure, Coach, why they blew the whistle there, Roger, when Derryfield was in possession. Flint lowered the shoulder, and then the whistle came.
His immediate call from the referee here on the near side was a ward. He put his arm up like that, indicating it was a ward. I was actually going to say that on Tate Flint's first drive. He did the same thing when he barreled into the defender. You can't put your arm out like that, and he's pushing off a little bit too much.
Can't raise the elbow to shoulder length.
No.
Silvio up top takes a low pass, looks back door. Prue is knocked over.
Yep, loose ball.
And again, a push is going to keep it at this end. It's the Cougars' second EMO. They came up empty on a minute penalty earlier in this first quarter. Trying to get on the board here, and it's 4-0. Hoping the attack can settle in here as we head towards 1 minute remaining first quarter.
Boy, they pack it in nicely on defense here, and they swarm.
Again, the double team comes, and again, Flint runs into trouble. Still loose, another flag on the way. In fact, there's two. There's one down near the net and one along that far sideline. Some rough play here, as to be expected. A big regular season game here with now less than 2 weeks to go before the tournament.
Looks like we've got a cross check here.
Yep.
On number 3 from Derryfield. That's Tate. We were just talking about him.
Former Trinity Pioneer, now with his left knee on the carpet in the penalty box. So,
yeah, probably for the next 17 seconds here will be 5-on-5.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking here. We're inside of a minute 52 seconds remaining.
Yeah, we got 1:35 on the first penalty. So yeah,
Smith giving the green light. Portsmouth going to come left to right here,
and just hold the ball here and wait for your team to get complete.
Yep. 5-on-5 for another, 10 or so seconds. Meanwhile, jab step for Smith. Rolfs come near side. Down to 30 on the clock. They go behind the cage. O'Neal given room. And now again, Portsmouth has the player advantage for the final 25 seconds. Near side, Rolfs. On the wing, given room. Back up top, they'll try the other wing. 15 seconds. The back door with 10, broke it up. Off the bounce, Derryfield's Dugan Little. Going to try and run out the remainder of this clock here on the far side. Going to swim across midfield, and that'll do it.
Well done.
So Derryfield in a 4-0 hole here after one. Portsmouth got off to a very quick start. Michael O'Neill's hat trick gave the home team a 3-0 lead. It's 4-0 after one. See how the Cougars adjust when we come back. You're watching our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week presented by Beals Insurance.
Our broadcast today, as it always is brought to you by Beals Insurance Agency, with locations now in both Bedford and Londonderry. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance will get you both the price and quality coverage that's right for you. Just call 603-471-9999 or visit BealsInsurance.com to request a free quote and start saving money today. Again, that's BealsInsurance.com.
Well, there's Coach Vischer. He's got his Clippers out in front 4-0 after one. Senior Michael O'Neill. 3 goals right out of the chute for the home team. Portsmouth looking to improve to 12-1 if they can get their 4th straight win tonight. Derryfield looking for their 4th straight, hoping to improve to 10-2. It's a rematch, of course, of last year's Division II semifinals won by Portsmouth. And these two teams have had their eye on one another really all season.
Yeah, Nick Smith is the one that's impressing me along with Michael O'Neill right now. 5 straight wins in that quarter. And with the exception of the one that Purvis popped out nice and early on the whistle that was turned back over to Portsmouth, he has pretty much dominated, and that's going to be key.
Nick Anastas, Roger Howe, here with you.
So no face-off because of the penalty that was on the Cougars to end the first quarter.
An abbreviated 6-on-5 here. Well, now we're back to even, it looks like.
Yes.
As Flint is back on the field. Tate Flynn, of course, a junior, headed to Merrimack for Derryfield, formerly of Trinity. All right, Derryfield trying to get on the board. Didn't produce too many shots, Roger, in that first quarter.
Now, one save for Michaelitis, one hit the post by Silvio, and one whistling wide and one hitting a player. So they only really had 4 attempts at the goal.
Trying to get this kid going, Silvio.
Oh,
hit from behind, and there's the flag. Yeah. Got the step on Myers, and Myers unloaded between the shoulder blades.
They're going to call a push? Oh.
Right in front of the official.
Going to give him the push.
You get another look there. Seems like, Roger, they're trying to steer him right. Yeah, shading him right to that side.
They're shading him to that side, but they're also quick sliding him. They're doubling up on him before he can even get into that second, third gear that we're so used to seeing out of Quinn.
Minute gone by, second quarter. Portsmouth with 3 O'Neill goals plus 1 from Dylan Rolfs in that first quarter.
And so this is the 3rd penalty on Portsmouth, and the Cougars have not been able to capture anything out of this.
And we saw one at full length, full minute EMO, midway through that first quarter. Going to work it near side. Murray had it rejected by Michaelitis. Goes over the top and back to the top of the box for Silvio. Is going to swim his way near side and find some room on the wing.
Yeah, Murray being a right-handed player right there. If he was either in his left hand or there was a left-handed attackman there, that would have been in. He had an awkward angle to go.
Cabot with a stop and start. Bouncing shot for the sophomore is wide. Backed up by Murray, deep behind the net. And again, Derryfield will keep it at this end. Portsmouth continuing to pack in that short-handed zone.
Nice play.
Across the middle and finished off by R.J. Prue. The freshman saluting the bench. He's got Derryfield finally on the board. 2 minutes in, second quarter, it's 4-1.
What a nice look by Chili Cabot on this. He gets the goal line extended. If anybody watched film on Chili, we know that he pulls up short here and likes that far side corner. Instead, he passes across to Prue. Prue goes a little Canadian style on that. What a day. What a day. That kid, he's got some spunk as a freshman.
I think that was actually an even strength goal. The penalty had just expired. Doesn't matter. Derryfield needed it. They get it. Still unbeaten at X is Nick Smith. Quickly across Delisle trying to find O'Neill. It goes low. O'Neill, good hustle. Going to keep it in bounds here in the near corner. And now Rolfs will slow it down behind the net. Portsmouth looking for an answer after surrendering the first goal here.
Yeah, that was an even strength goal by about 6 seconds, Nick, according to my sheet.
Sun beginning to set somewhat here as we head towards the bottom of the 7 o'clock hour local time. The lights are on. This game got started a little late. The girls were having a tremendous season, of course, in Division II. They had their game rained out yesterday, had to play today earlier this afternoon, which delayed our start time here with the boys by about 15 or 20 minutes. There it is in the middle. Delisle's bouncer, though, goes over the net. Foot race is won by Myers, able to beat the goaltender Lebedes to keep it at this end with Portsmouth.
That's the third shot by Delisle that just looks funky coming out of his mesh. It doesn't look right. He's got good spots, but he's not connecting.
Only 3 minutes in, second quarter. You can hear Coach Hetler now crouched at the top of the Derryfield bench trying to direct that defense. Myers. Oh, over the top, too high for Rolfs, and this one wild back to midfield.
Oh, offsides. He's offsides.
Some of the Portsmouth fans upset.
Yeah, well, Massey Schoen was offsides, clearly.
Derryfield maybe getting a break there with 4 minutes gone, second quarter. So the Cougar defense gets the stop they were hoping for. And now looking to build on their previous success, looking for back-to-back goals here. Trying to get back within two for the first time in a while. Cabot off the pick. Met by Myers, and
Ward.
Again the official.
Ward.
Going to say, keep those elbows in, fellas. This one back to Portsmouth.
Yeah, I liked what Portsmouth did there, and I'll go back to my comment on the prior play that Chile loves to get into that little 3x3 and do a hitch move, and they doubled him up real quick as soon as he got over goal line.
Delisle being hounded by Little, the long stick. Dugan Little, perhaps Derryfield's best defender.
Yeah, he'll be an all-state candidate again this year.
Here's O'Neill. Start and stop. Almost slipped. Draws a slide near side and does lose the ball. Only for a moment. It hops right back in the stick. Here's a shot by Delisle. Sent aside by Lebedes. Little has the inside track and now has the ball for Derryfield. Going to come middle.
Good
the junior. A little behind Kramer at midfield and given right back to Portsmouth. Good turnover produced on the ride there by the Clippers. And now I think Coach Vischer just called for time. He did. Timeout Portsmouth. It comes nearly midway through this second quarter. Clippers out in front 4-1. Our broadcast is brought to you by Beals Insurance. Locations in both Bedford and Londonderry. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance will get you the price and quality coverage that's right for you. Visit BealsInsurance.com. Also by MG Sports Fundraising. That's fundraising made easy. MG Sports Fundraising is the official fundraising partner of Friday Night Lights New Hampshire. Visit mgsportsfundraising.com. Start raising money for your team today. By New Hampshire iPhone Repair. It's done while you wait. It's backed by their lifetime warranty. Now with 6 locations in southern New Hampshire and on the seacoast. Visit nhiphonerepair.com. Also by the New Hampshire Tomahawks. Showcase and development for college lacrosse. Visit nhtomahawks.com and also girls.nhtomahawks.com. By the Dead River Company, a full-service heating provider committed to keeping New Hampshire warm with propane and heating oil. Learn more at deadriver.com. And finally, by the Bean Group and Roger Howe Real Estate, your local professional for all types of real estate, residential, commercial, leasing, and investment properties. Call 603-247-1583. All right, coming out of the timeout, Portsmouth, they've led this entire first half. Here we are midway through the second quarter. They've got a 4-1 lead. Looking to go back up by 4 after surrendering a goal a moment ago to Derryfield. Smith up top. The sophomore took his eye off it, and the ball gets away from him, turned over.
Yeah. Can't start having those bugaboos come out.
Clippers looked like
good look.
They were invincible in the first 3 possessions, scored on all 3, and held a 3-0 lead through the first 2.5 minutes.
Oh, yeah.
Meanwhile, Silvio trying to get it from the seat of his pants. Coach Hetler was hoping to get his second timeout, and he did. A delayed whistle, but better late than never for Derryfield. They're going to keep the ball. Coach had to expend his second timeout to do so, but it will be Cougar possession here in a moment.
Yeah, that was a crazy series of events right there between the boxes. And great check there by Max Smith. Or, excuse me, Max Brown on the transition.
Well, you saw Silvio slip there on the turf, and I think that's when the timeout came.
Yes.
Just before the pass.
Yeah,
Michael O'Neill, 3 goals, just to finish the recap, Roger, early. Really set the tone for Portsmouth. Forced Coach Hetler to call his first timeout, trailing 3-0, less than 3 minutes in. Derryfield responded at that point by at least keeping Portsmouth off the board for a while. Clippers did get their 4th goal with just outside of 2 minutes to go in that first quarter. Dylan Rolfs made it 4-0. And that's where we were after 1. Derryfield got on the board early in this second quarter. R.J. Prue, less than 2 minutes in, made it 4-1. Seen 3 penalties against Portsmouth. 1 so far against Derryfield. And again, still 6+ minutes to go until halftime. All in all, Derryfield still with a chance here coming out of the timeout to get back within 2 if they can score here.
Yeah, they've done an effective job of taking care of this man here with the ball, which has been key.
And of course, is Quinn Silvio, the junior.
Nice
shot, move. Score, and a big collision. A big hit out in front. Coach Hetler wanted a cross-check there. In fact, Coach is still pretty fired up. His guy knocked to the ground. That was Ethan Flanagan, the junior midfielder, who took a shot, but still was able to score.
Yeah, and I agree with Coach Het because he took a good jolt, and that was a little bit after the ball released out of his stick. It's hard for you to hold up on stuff like that when you're a defender, but you know, it's all about safety too.
There's the goal, score number 24, Ethan Flanagan.
Good pass by Murray, too, by the way.
Meanwhile, Maldari on the wing, scoops it up for Portsmouth, and the Clippers have won another faceoff. Now what, 7 for 7?
6. No face in the second quarter. So, yeah, 6.
Oh, yeah, okay. I thought there was something else that came after.
All right, Clippers looking for a goal. Haven't scored in the second quarter. O'Neill trying to change that with a low pass for Rolfs. It gets through the zone. It's backed up by Moldari on that far wing. Senior dropped it for a moment, recovers, and Portsmouth going to take a breath. Pull it back out as we head towards 5 minutes to go, second quarter. Wind again picking up here on the seacoast. Slide comes down on O'Neill. Portsmouth goes back up top. We're going to swing it near side for the freshman, Purcell. Another player, new player on the field. That's Baden Paterson, the junior, getting some action here in the second quarter for Coach Vischer.
Yeah, they're giving Mike Smith a break, or Nick Smith.
Oh. Shot, score, O'Neill. Able to slip free on that far pole and beat Lebedes for his fourth goal here in this first half.
Sneaky. This guy's sneaky. He gets on a shorty. That's Liam Canty, and he goes right to work. Very little effort there to get to the 3x3 and do a little backhand.
What a first half for O'Neill. Again, 3 goals, had the hat trick already intact. Less than 3 minutes into the game, he gets his first goal since. Meanwhile, Smith on the move. He's got O'Neill right back in front for goal number 5. 7 seconds from midfield to the cage. Smith making it happen. O'Neill with the big finish. And it's now 6-2 Portsmouth.
Well, I guess that little rest that they gave Nick Smith was all he needed, because this was almost like a planned play, the way they had this set up and how O'Neill snuck in right in the middle of that fast break. No coverage, no slide over from the far side.
O'Neill now with 5 goals here in this first half, and there's still nearly 5 minutes to go until halftime. Smith going to win another face-off. Myers takes the pass off the bounce for the clear. And Portsmouth is back in business here, moving right to left as we creep up on 4 minutes to go here in this first half. Once again, Coach Vischer going to shuffle the cards here and bring the freshman Purcell back on. O'Neill, goal line extended, being driven out deep on the wing by Little. They're going to swing it around. Clippers trying to stay hot on the attack. Myers. Rolfs behind the net. Over the top. The cutter is sent aside. Lebedes with the stop. Good ground ball. Scooped up by Max Fowler, the long pole sophomore, but his pass is too strong and turned over on that far sideline. Good pressure again by Delisle. Portsmouth's got it right back inside, and now 4 minutes second quarter.
Tough clearing pass to get a hold of there.
O'Neill up top for Myers. Trying to slip free. The pressure is there, though, by Flint, who loses his stick for Derryfield. Ball still loose far side. It's going to roll out of bounds and stay here with the Clippers. Good hustle. Derryfield almost forced the turnover. Instead, Portsmouth a chance to take maybe their largest lead of this first half, if they can score here.
Another shorty on him. How does that always happen?
It's Silvio. And now Portsmouth going to take a timeout. That is their second and final timeout of this first half.
Yeah, but Coach Vischer has just got the intelligence to put this offense together like this, where he is always getting O'Neill in a position on the invert from the midfield that he ends up with a short stick midfielder on him. And there's no way, they're not playing a two-man game behind the net either. So it's not like he can shake that guy off and get the Derryfield defender to pop on with a long pole. So they're letting him roam free there with that defined short stick defender. And there's not a whole lot that they can do right now to combat that. So maybe it's time to maybe just face guard him as best you can. And you certainly have chances to do that when the ball's coming, in from and out of bounds like it just did after that turnover by Derryfield. You can align your guys quickly and try and send that message that we always want, our long pole on him all the time.
Coming up at halftime, a full recap of the first half stats. highlights, plus a look at the out-of-town scoreboard. Week number 6 already. Statewide, regular season coming to an end at the end of next week.
Where'd it go?
It always goes by fast.
It really does.
Faster and faster every year. So all that good stuff coming up at halftime here on our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week, presented by Beals Insurance. Nick Anastas, Roger Howe with you. Clippers have never trailed. Grabbed a 3-0 lead early. Michael O'Neill, all 3 goals less than 3 minutes in. Dylan Rolfs extended that lead to 4-0 after 1. Derryfield got on the board early in the second quarter. R.J. Prue. And then again, Ethan Flanagan. Portsmouth, though, responded in turn. 2 goals, 7 seconds apart, both by Michael O'Neill. They look for the senior there in the middle of the zone. He gets knocked down. The ball stays in play as it's backed up by Rolfs. Dropped up top, recovered by Myers. We move inside of 3 minutes to go in this first half.
Yeah, O'Neill took a good pop there on that missed cut.
Going to check out as well as Coach Fisher brings the freshman Purcell back on, gives the senior O'Neill a rest. Clippers in no hurry here. I'd imagine Coach Fisher would like to see a nice possession here, and, well, why not? Beautiful pass. Moldari is fired up on the assist. Able to hook up with Purcell, who's got his first goal. Portsmouth's got their first 5-goal lead of the night, 7-2.
Yeah, this is quite an offensive set that the Clippers are running here right now. Bring a midi back to X and run your attack through the center of the crease. And this is what they're finding just today's special lunch on. They are just finding goal after goal in close, and there's just no chance for the goalie. Just no chance.
The play du jour?
The play, it's not. It looks like the play of the day, that's for sure. That's for sure. You got to figure that out.
Derryfield's going to win a face-off. They needed that. They get it for the first time in this first half. And on that far side is Flint lowering that shoulder legally this time. He clears it, avoids the double team with a pass to Silvio, who's got now some room here between the boxes. All right, 2 minutes to go. Second quarter. Derryfield trying to chip away at the lead, which is the largest it's been so far at 7-2. And here the Clipper bench trying to help out the defense.
That's what they need right there.
Shot, score. Tate Flint got the step to his left, able to fire a deep shot there. Score his first goal of the first half. Derryfield back within 4 at 7-3.
Yeah, and that's, as I said it, he takes that dodge down the left alley, and we have seen him so strong in his left or his right hand all season long, and to give him that one-on-one matchup with a shorty, that's just the boost that the Cougars needed here. And Tate's that other go-to guy besides Silvio if you want to pop something in.
So 7-3. Face-off X has been dominated by Nick Smith of Portsmouth. The sophomore got his stick caught up there, and now a 6-man scrum right at the 50-yard line. Going to give it to Portsmouth.
I don't know if he stepped out of the box or if a Derryfield guy stepped out.
I don't know. Good effort by Purvis, who was right in the middle there for the Cougars, but... Oh, they are going to give it to Derryfield. My mistake. I thought you were. I thought they had awarded it to the Clippers. Instead, the visitors now with a chance to score their second straight goal. Down to a minute 20 remaining here, second quarter. Cabot, near side for Flint, back up top for Silvio. The defender is Max Brown. Near side, Flint drops it, back door. Prue looking for Murray, taken away by Moldari. Excellent play by the senior, just took it right out of his stick, it looked like. Look at the speed on the clear along that far sideline, takes a hit from behind, going to circle it back, run for daylight, and ensure that Portsmouth has it with 45 seconds to go before halftime.
That's a senior, experienced veteran move right there, and pulling up short and yellowing is the way to do it, too.
Myers fanned on the attempt. Backed up by O'Neill, and now a shot for Delisle. Ends up with a save. Yeah, Lebedes. And then what happened? Ball goes out of bounds far side, and we'll stay with Derryfield. Down to 25 seconds. Cougars trying to get one more shot, but this one bounces away from Silvio. An errant pass there from Flint.
Wow.
Kept alive by Cabot on the near side. Cabot is then hit. He tries to make his way back middle with 12 seconds left. We got a stoppage.
No.
Well, both head coaches are upset. The official, Ari Johnston, trying to calm everybody down. Coach Vischer
let's get
is
this
really
here.
Fired up.
Ball goes, and Chili comes and gets it. Do we see it here?
Just inches to spare.
He saved it.
Good effort by the sophomore laying out there just in front of Coach Hetler.
Unless he was out of bounds when he...
The officials are still trying to sort this out here. All with 12 seconds remaining. All right, Portsmouth's got it. Looking for one more shot here. Rolfs with 8 seconds coming middle. Down to 5. Rolfs split dodge. Shoots on the move. Goes wide, and I think that is going to do it.
That's it.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, it could have been a push there. Can you
First
run that,
half
Ben?
is in the books. It's 7-3 Portsmouth at halftime. A strong performance through 24 minutes for the home team, the number 1 seed and defending champion Portsmouth Clipper. We get a look at that controversial play near the sideline. Both coaches had their opinions there. Cabot looked like made a pretty good effort at it. In the end, it's inconsequential as there's no goal, but a strong first half, and they got the score to show for it. 7-3 Portsmouth at halftime.
Indeed. They looked like they were going to dominate to the very end of that quarter, and Derryfield did their part to keep things strong and keep this game exciting. So, look forward to the second half.
All right, coming up, a look back at the first half. Got some stats, highlights, plus any adjustment Roger think that we may see here coming up in the second half. So a lot to get to. Plus, of course, the out-of-town scoreboard. Busy Tuesday night statewide here in week number 6. Bear with us. Back in a few minutes to the Seacoast. Halftime, Portsmouth, a 7-3 lead over Derryfield. You are watching our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week, presented by Beals Insurance.
Our broadcast today, as it always is brought to you by Beals Insurance Agency, with locations now in both Bedford and Londonderry. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance will get you both the price and quality coverage that's right for you. Just call 603-471-9999 or visit BealsInsurance.com to request a free quote and start saving money today. Again, that's BealsInsurance.com. The New Hampshire Tomahawks promote the highest level of club lacrosse competition, not just in the state, but in the country. Looking to get recruited? Director Chris Cameron keeps an open dialogue with the nation's top college lacrosse coaches. Over 400 New Hampshire Tomahawks alumni have played at the college level, including the ACC, Big East, Big Ten, Ivy, NESCAC, NE10, and more. New Hampshire Tomahawks coaching staff has over 100 coaches, including current high school, varsity, and college coaches. The Tomahawks offer training for players of all ages, clinics, camps, and leagues, along with spring, summer, and fall elite teams. So play with the best. The New Hampshire Tomahawks, showcase and development for college lacrosse. Visit NewHampshireTomahawks.com and girls.nhtomahawks.com.
Hey, I'm Chad, the owner of New Hampshire iPhone Repair. We're New Hampshire's most trusted and affordable repair shop for for your iPhone, iPad, iPod, and even Android needs. Don't worry, we're affordable, reliable, and we back our parts with a lifetime warranty. And you know what the best part is? No, what? We can repair your phone while you wait.
I know, that's why I'm here.
Oh, I know, Mrs. Green. Here's your iPad, good as new. Bring your phone into New Hampshire iPhone Repair today.
How can you reach your team's fundraising goals at no risk and no cost? MG Sports offers a variety of products to make your team's fundraiser a success. Their products include tickets and discount cards to hundreds of local businesses. MG Sports now has a digital platform where athletes can raise funds in the comfort and safety of their own home. So become another lacrosse program like Bedford, Goffstown, or Memorial that sets fundraising records every season. MG Sports, fundraising made easy. Visit mgsportsfundraising.com to start raising money for your team today. Are you thinking of selling your home? Well, now may be the time, given that spring is here, the market is hot, and interest rates remain at all-time lows. It's time to call Roger Howe, a licensed professional realtor with the Bean Group. Not sure what your home is worth? Roger will provide a market analysis for you at no charge. With 12 years experience in residential, commercial, leasing, and investment properties, Roger knows your local market. So contact Roger Howe of the Bean Group today.
At Dead River Company, the work we do is about more than just filling up tanks. It's about the everyday moments in your home. We're here to fix your heating equipment, so you have heat and hot water for moments like this. We brave the elements, so you're always safe and warm. Anytime, day or night. Because it's moments like this that we do everything we do.
Dead River Company. It's not your job to worry about the heat. It's ours.
Become a customer today, and we'll be there for the moments that matter to you.
Halftime here in Portsmouth. Clippers with a 7-3 lead over Derryfield. Nick Anastas, Roger Howe with you. It is our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week, presented by Beals Insurance. Two of the best teams in Division II and a rematch of last year's semifinals. Portsmouth came ready to play. They scored 3 goals in the first 3 minutes, all from senior Michael O'Neill to set the tone early. That forced Derryfield to call an early timeout. Later in that first quarter, Dylan Rolfs made it 4-0. And it was clear that Derryfield was going to have to come up with something. In that second quarter. And it seemed to be working. R.J. Prue, Ethan Flanagan. 2 goals for Derryfield. They're back within 4 at 4-2 midway through that second quarter. But then another mini run for the home team. Michael O'Neill, 2 goals, 2 more goals, just 7 seconds apart. push the lead back to 6-2. Ben Purcell, the freshman, who has played well, scores his only goal of that first half in the final 3 minutes to make it 7-2. That was Portsmouth's largest lead. Derryfield gets one of them back from junior Tate Flint in the final 2 minutes, and that is where we are at halftime. Portsmouth out in front, 7-3.
Yeah, great performance by Michael O'Neill in that first half. This offense that they've put in with the inverts with both Michael O'Neill, Dom Moldari, it's tough to defend, and you got your back to where the ball is driving from, and I wonder what the adjustments will be for Derryfield in this second half to combat that, other than trying to get the long pole on one of those two guys and keep it exclusively in his face the whole time you're playing out there. But that's very, very tough to do, especially with a smart squad that can do switches and find ways, in the two-man game to get short poles on deadly attacking offensive players. That half, though, it could have been worse. Leibitz had 4 saves, and everything seemed to be in close on him. There was one save he made from an outside step down, but he wasn't really tested to the point where everything was on the outside perimeter, and he could see the ball very well. On the other hand, the Cougars just aren't getting shots on net. Everything that they are getting, they are putting in the net on occasion here, but they need more of that. They need to start testing Nicolaitis.
Something's got to be done at X, too, right? If you're Derryfield, what can you do?
Yeah, 9-2 in favor of Portsmouth, and Nick Smith has taken every single one of those.
Seems like the Clippers' wing players have collected a lot of ground balls off X as well. Here's one for Purvis, though. The junior almost had it. I may have jinxed him. Looks like it was in his stick a couple of times. Silvio knocked down, and Rolfs ultimately gets to the ground ball. Another win for Portsmouth off the faceoff.
Yeah, the far side official released them from the box much too soon there.
In the end, it was Max Brown for Portsmouth, who ended up helping out. And he's going to trot off the field along with Smith as Coach Vischer brings back a couple of offensive middies here, including the senior Dom Moldari, one of the captains who played well in that first half, on his way to Endicott.
Well, you can see they post up O'Neill at X right off the bat here.
And he spent a lot of time behind cage tonight. Meanwhile, shot on the run won't get through. Went off one of the defenders and ricocheted back to midfield. Now loose.
Live ball.
Just outside the 45-yard line, still up for grabs. Nobody seems to want it. In and out of several sticks before finally it's the long pole Fowler who comes up with it for Derryfield. A good play by the junior. Oh, sorry, he's a sophomore. Here's a junior. This is Little. Hit from behind by Moldari. Lost it. Brown in the mix as well. Couple of hits here near side. Going to bounce. Brown trying to sweep it with the stick to keep it in play. This one right in front of Coach Vischer. And guess who? It's Moldari who eventually secures it for Portsmouth. Clippers now trying to run. O'Neill up ahead, too strong on the feed. Looking for Delisle in front of the cage. It sails on him. Out of bounds back to the Cougars.
Yeah, I guess that was a juicy look there by Moldari to Delisle. He couldn't pass that up, but, man, that was a minute of confusion out there between the boxes, and would have been a nice settle there.
Nearly 2 minutes gone by, third quarter. Second trip on the attack for Derryfield. Sun starting to set. Got some gray clouds rolling in as well. The wind has been steady, and the temperature starting to drop a little bit as well. Typical event here around sundown on the seacoast. Meanwhile, Murray tripped behind the net and stepped inside the crease, turned back over to Portsmouth. Good defensive pressure there by the long pole Gunnar Jackson, who's also a pretty good young football player in the fall as well. He fearlessly takes the pass here and helps his team out on the clear. Finds Brown on that far side, and now the freshman Purcell will hand it over to Moldari, who swings it for Smith, and Portsmouth is ready to go here with 2.5 gone by third quarter.
Yeah, no Quinn Silvio on that last offensive possession by the Cougars. We'll have to keep an eye on him.
Junior's on the sideline for the moment. Speaking of that Derryfield sideline, Coach Hetler roaming, trying to direct the defense. Top of the box, good split dodge. Smith shot and score. Well, the sophomore looking to get himself involved on the offense. He's dominated the face-off X, and now he's got his name in the scorer's book as well with his first goal. It's 8-3.
Yeah, he got the good split dodge there on number 24 from the Cougars, Ethan Flanagan. And, man, he's not just a Fogo. He is an offensive threat out there, and I think they sometimes forget about him, too. I see him walking on this side of the field quite often. And
now 8-3. Clippers able to build back up their largest lead from back late in that second quarter. They lead by 5 again.
That's a push.
Smith went barreling down. Looks like he was hit from behind by Purvis. Didn't matter. Portsmouth ends up with the ball. Myers going to trot free and swing it over to Delisle here on the near side wing. Clippers ready to go again. Threatening to go up 6 for the first time with just over 3 minutes gone by third quarter.
Let's see what happens here.
Delisle, goal line extended. Sends it behind that far side. Purcell swings back up top near side. Smith going to tiptoe top of the box. Wants to come downhill. Great dodge. Shot.
Oh,
a little wide. Out of play. Backed up by Portsmouth. It'll stay here with the Clippers.
Yeah, it came out of his stick funky too there. Sometimes those face-off sticks. Yeah, he turned his wrist.
Had the defender frozen there for a moment. They call that an ankle breaker out on the playground.
Yeah, indeed.
Nearly 4 minutes in. Maldari. He wants a shot. Bouncer going to go wide. Not sure Coach Vischer was happy with that.
No. Yeah, exactly. Not the offense is exactly right. That was a Moldari freelance.
Senior's done a lot of the little things today as usual. Wanted to get in on the scoring there apparently. Meanwhile, Rolf split dodge. Bang! Paid the price.
Late
now
flag.
A late flag is going to come after Tate Flint laid the hardwood. Coach Hetler upset. Penalty on the way against Derryfield.
Yeah,
play stopped here with just over 4 minutes gone by third period.
Stood him up. I'm not sure if I like that either. He didn't get him in the head by the looks. We didn't see the whole frame there. 1 minute.
Some of the Cougar fans who made the 45-minute drive east from Manchester upset here on the road in Portsmouth. You get a look at that hit.
Oh, no, I don't like that at all. I don't like that call at all. He led with the shoulder, not the head. He didn't get him in the head. That is a perfectly good lacrosse hit. And it shouldn't have been made by this far side referee anyways.
That's the second penalty against Derryfield tonight. We saw 3 go against Portsmouth in that first half. So a rare EMO for the home team as they threaten to go up 6 for the first time. Pass going to get away from Maldari. Delisle trying to help him out behind the net. Pressured by Little. It goes out of bounds and will stay here. Looks like it went off the foot of the junior defender for Derryfield. Clippers will get a second shot at it. And indeed, that's what it is. A shot here that goes wide from O'Neill from straight away. 15-yarder. About a foot off that post. Meanwhile, the official's going to talk it over again. Trying to get something clarified here with nearly 5 minutes in third quarter.
Yeah, we talked about this at the beginning of the game. When the AD's asking you who the refs are, I guess, Usually you're all over it, Roger. I do not recognize.
You know their names, you know where they went to school, you know how old they are.
But they drink at the bar.
Today.
All of that good stuff. Yeah.
Today. Well, we know Ari Johnston is down there as the crew chief. And all in all, pretty good job. I mean, usually, Roger, remember, the bigger games have 3 officials.
That's
only
correct.
2 on hand tonight, so more pressure on the so-called zebras when there's only 2 instead of 3, right?
It is especially at this level with this speed of game, yes.
It's a thankless job. Fowler going to get a turnover. Drop by Rolfs, top of the box. The sophomore showing the speed. The long pole clears it himself. And a good play by the Derryfield defense.
Moldari got back on his horse. He got back there quickly.
shut down anything in transition, but I think Coach Hetler okay with just a clear there. His club shorthanded, remember, as we head towards the midway point, third quarter.
Yeah.
And we're back. Yeah, we're back now to full strength.
Yes.
Coach Hetler barking out the play. Coach Vischer, in turn, roaming the home sideline, trying to inspire the defense, which has been very good tonight.
Yeah, they've been suffocating, actually, in my opinion.
I mean, they've limited the amount of shots and have held Derryfield to just 3 goals here now midway through the third quarter.
Yeah.
Murray trying to get a fourth. The bouncer is wide of the target and backed up in that far corner by Silvio. It'll stay right here.
You know, the Derryfield's game on the attack side has been very strong all season long, coming from the from behind the net and playing a 2-man and getting free, and they are just cutting that right off. Now here they go. They'll go right into a 2-man here and see what they can do with Kramer. Well,
going to hit the reset button, apparently. Go back up top for Flanagan.
Yeah.
Flanagan looking for the step. Shot on the run goes high above the crossbar. And again, we'll stay with Derryfield.
He got good mustard on it, but the Portsmouth defender was right there, and he couldn't dial in.
Murray trying to spin on Jackson, but the long pole not having it. Pass off target as a result of the defensive pressure. This one tipped back into the zone. Moldari going to lay somebody out. Who was that? John Kramer. Now a flag comes in again late from that far side, and a penalty on the way against Portsmouth. Silvio is going to cash in. Boy, that shot maybe 15, 16 meters out. The bouncer. And now what's the penalty about?
It's got to be either a late hit or unnecessary hit, because I didn't see that it was a legal hit to begin with. He hit him in the chest, but hopefully we can get a rerun on this.
So Silvio's first goal makes it 8-4. Heck of a bouncing shot. Here it comes. This was what drew the penalty. There's the big collision.
It's shoulder again.
Moldari, and then 2, maybe 3 seconds later is when the flag came out, which I think really upset Coach Mulvey. So Moldari is doing the time now. He's got his right knee down on the turf in the penalty box. The senior getting a well-deserved drink of water. Club's still in good shape. Portsmouth out in front 8-4. They've never trailed tonight, but Derryfield a little closer after that goal from Silvio.
Yeah, maybe this will give the Cougars a little bit of a jolt and some momentum going forward. They got to get the ball here, though. They got to get the ball off this face to make the EMO work for them.
They don't. Well, spoke too soon. Smith trying to fight off Tate to that far side.
He saved it.
He did. Yeah, he keeps it in bounds. O'Neill ends up with it. Senior actually looks surprised. And now a timeout is going to come from the sideline. It comes with 5 minutes remaining here in this third quarter. Our broadcast tonight is brought to you by Beals Insurance. Locations in both Bedford and Londonderry, whether you need home, auto, or business insurance. Beals Insurance will get you the price and quality coverage that's right for you. Visit BealsInsurance.com. Also by MG Sports Fundraising. That's fundraising made easy. MG Sports Fundraising is the official fundraising partner of Friday Night Lights New Hampshire. Visit MGSportsFundraising.com. Start raising money for your team today. By New Hampshire iPhone Repair. It's done while you wait. It's backed by their lifetime warranty. Now with 6 locations in southern New Hampshire and on the seacoast, visit NHiPhoneRepair.com. Also by the New Hampshire Tomahawks, showcase and development for college lacrosse. Visit NHTomahawks.com and also girls.NHTomahawks.com. By the Dead River Company, a full-service heating provider committed to keeping New Hampshire warm with propane and heating oil. Learn more at deadriver.com. And finally by the Bean Group and Roger Howe Real Estate, your local professional for all types of real estate, residential, commercial, leasing, and investment properties. Call 603-247-1583. Nick Anastas with Roger Howe with you here on the seacoast. Very windy, especially here in this third quarter. 5 minutes to go in the frame. 8-4 Portsmouth. Clippers looking for their 12th win of the year.
Yeah, I think the wind gods took it up a notch here in the last 15 minutes because it's windier than before. We'll see what happens here because there's a lot of tension on both benches here right now, and for good reason, in my opinion. That was not the right call there on that faceoff. It looked to me like Portsmouth had stepped out of the box, and thankfully I think Coach Fisher thought the same, and that's why he called that timeout when he did, because it was not going to go the Portsmouth Clippers' way.
Portsmouth still short-handed. Muldari still in the penalty box as we resume here coming out of the timeout. First timeout either way in the second half. Here is O'Neill looking for his 6th, and he's got it. The senior making it look easy, saluting some of the youngsters here in the crowd. Putting on a show. He's been worth the price of admission by himself. How about 6 goals? 6 of the 9 for the Clippers. They're back up 5 at 9-4.
And shorthanded. That was a shorthanded goal, I believe. At least by the time on my sheet. 7:48 was, or excuse me, 5:20. So, yeah, that was a shorthanded goal. He just outran the defense.
Yeah, and a quick response for Portsmouth. Silvio had scored less than 30 seconds in game time beforehand to make it 8-4, now 9-4 after the response from O'Neill comes 29 seconds later, and he had the whole team chasing him there on his way to the net.
Yeah.
5 goals in that first half, another here in the third quarter. A face-off win for Derryfield. Starting to even out a little bit. The first 7 of the contest went for Portsmouth.
Mm-hmm.
But this one much needed for Derryfield. Now the Cougars trying to settle in with inside of 5 minutes to go in this third quarter. Once again trailing by 5, 9-4. Coach Fisher in communication with his midfielders here. Defense giving room. Cougars going to work it around.
Now they're even.
Across the zone, knocked down. Murray off the bounce, gets it back out to the wing.
Nice.
Silvio a dodge. A shot on the run is good. Well, Portsmouth contained the junior. It seemed like Roger in that first half, but here he comes alive in this third quarter. 2 goals. Derryfield back within 4 at 9-5.
Yeah, I was going to say after his first goal here a few moments ago where he was kind of said that they've done a very good job of shutting him down, but he has a way of getting loose, getting open, getting good shots.
Really has a knack for the bouncer as well. We've seen that not just tonight, but over the course of really the last 2 years, right? He's just got a natural touch.
Yeah, he's a goal scorer. That's what he is.
Meanwhile, Michaelitis, long pass from deep out of the cage, handled by the long pole Max Dieppe. Junior doing a good job finding Delisle. Now Rolfs off the clear. Looks for a man in front of the cage. It's Myers. Did he beat Lebedes?
Yes, he did.
Able to beat the goaltender low. Another long pass. And Roger, we've seen that tonight. A couple of Clippers breaking free near the cage. Pass on the money, easy shot. Another goal for Portsmouth, now 10-5.
And all Delisle did was come off the bench onto the field and just sneak in behind every defender that was looking at the ball, which was Rolfs on the far side of the field. They're not doing anything fancy in that regard, but just trying to get into place for the offense. That's what happens when you get caught, though, too, bringing your offensive midfielders off the field and bringing your defensive midfielders on during transition. That's what happens sometimes.
Meanwhile, Purvis, with some help from Fowler, able to secure it for Derryfield off the face-off. Cougars once again trail by 5.
Look at
which
this.
has been the largest lead tonight. Silvio trying to spin away from Muldari. He goes back door, and there's the bouncer for Myers. Able to beat the goaltender, Michaelitis, it looked like through the 5-hole on the near side. That's the first goal tonight for Murray. And, well, both offenses, both attack units picking up the pace here in this third quarter.
Yeah, and we'll give an apple here to Mr. Silvio. He's starting to light it up a little bit, and he finds Murray after being kind of popped. He finds Murray, and he finds Murray after being kind of popped. He finds Murray, and 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 he finds Murray, as he was dodging, Silvio that is, and he came up short and he saw Murray sneak in from goal line. So they're coming awake here.
10-6. Still 3 minutes and change to go, third quarter.
3 wins in a row, Nick.
Yeah. Derryfield turning the tables at the X. Purcell had it chopped loose. Fowler on the backup, just in front of the home bench on the near sideline.
Ooh.
Pass tipped, bounces behind the cage. Good play defensively there for Portsmouth's Peter Wool. One of the captains, Roger, and as you said, when you don't say the defender's name, it means he's doing a pretty good job. I think that's the first time we've mentioned him tonight.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
One of the veteran long poles back there for Coach Vischer. Meanwhile, Flint going to pull it out. Derryfield showing some patience here, trying to get back within 3 for the first time since the first half. They won't do it here. Taken away. Another good play on the pole by Masi Schoen. Freshman now in trouble. 2 Cougars in the area, and Portsmouth's Ryan Patton comes to the rescue. Patton still got it. Trying to shake off both Prue and Murray, looking for his goaltender. That pass is too strong. However, it's backed up by Myers, who has to clear all by his lonesome. Here he comes down the middle. We're going to slow to a stop here with 2 minutes to go in this third quarter.
Crazy sequence of events there, just end-to-end action.
Definitely the game picking up a bit of a flow here in this third quarter. It was methodical in that first half. Again, Portsmouth playing with a multi-goal lead really from the get-go. 3 goals in the first 3 minutes, all by Michael O'Neill. And he has led the Clippers really ever since. O'Neill with 6 goals here tonight, including 5 in that first half, 1 in this third quarter. We're down to 90 seconds. Again, Portsmouth looking to equal their largest lead and go back up by 5 for the third time. Behind the cage, this is Paterson. Nowhere to go. Rolfs going to come outside the box and up top now for Maldari. Minute 10 to go. Coach Vischer watching with his arms crossed. Delisle, the sophomore. Comes back middle, up top, Maldari fires and scores! Crowd loves it. The senior wanted one for himself, pulls the trigger from deep, and makes it 11-6.
Yeah, nice methodical play here, and a lot of patience. And, give number 17, Delisle, an assist on that, and he's coming into his own a little bit during this game. He looked a little shaky at the beginning with a couple of missed shots that went wide, but he's got a goal and an assist in this half.
Comes with just inside of a minute to go in this third quarter. Maldari's first. Senior, going to study business down on the North Shore at Endicott. Spoke to him back on Sunday. FNL Lacrosse, presented by the New Hampshire Tomahawks. He was our player of the week and seemed like an impressive young man. A member of the senior class that has gone through the battles. They won a championship, of course, last year and would love to conclude his high school career with back-to-back titles.
Yeah, for sure. And Endicott's got a good program down there.
The Seagulls, right? Are they the Gulls?
The Gulls, yeah.
The Gulls. I like the Seagulls.
Yeah, my son Brandon was actually recruited by the head coach down there, and he actually went to Endicott for about a semester.
Meanwhile, we got a flag here, Roger. Penalty on the way against Portsmouth. We're down to 15 seconds, third quarter.
Ooh, ball down.
Silvio lost it. Good play by Brown, the defender. Wool picked it up, and then the whistle comes. This play is stopped with just 11 seconds remaining.
Slash on number 6.
Penalty against Brown. First trip to the box. I think this is Portsmouth's 5th penalty.
I got 4. And here comes 5.
Yeah, 5 here with 11 seconds to go in this third quarter. That's something that is not going to sit well with Coach Vischer tonight, I'm sure.
No, and that's Maldari. It wasn't on Maldari.
No, it's on Wool.
On Wool's?
I think we jinxed him by saying his name a moment ago, giving the senior some praise. He's down there Now in the penalty box for the final 11 seconds. Derryfield, don't expect a shot here, right?
No, they'll hold it.
No. Going to run out the final few seconds and start the fourth quarter with possession.
Oh.
They're going to need it.
No.
What happened?
The ball was in the air when the whistle went in.
That means we get a face-off.
We're supposed to get a face-off.
Potentially a mistake there by Derryfield. Well, Cougars going to need a few things to go their way in the final 12 minutes. They trail 11-6. Will they find that road magic? Or is this Portsmouth's night? We begin to find out next. You're watching our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week, presented by Beals Insurance.
Our broadcast today, as it always is brought to you by Beals Insurance Agency, with locations now in both Bedford and Londonderry. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance will get you both the price and quality coverage that's right for you. Just call 603-471-9999 or visit BealsInsurance.com to request a free quote and start saving money today. Again, that's BealsInsurance.com.
Start of the fourth quarter here on the Seacoast. Nick Anastas, Roger Howe with you. Final 12 minutes of regulation. Two of the best teams in Division II, two of the best programs in the state of New Hampshire. Meeting here in week number 6, just 2 weeks remaining before the playoffs. Both teams trying to sharpen the sword heading into the postseason. Portsmouth has looked good from the get-go. Michael O'Neill, the senior, has led the way with 5 goals. Clippers have never trailed tonight, and they begin this fourth quarter with their largest lead on the board, 11-6.
Yeah, let's watch out for Quinn Silvio here, right off the bat.
Derryfield Jr., 2 goals tonight, both coming in that third quarter, number 18 in maroon. Waiting for it here on the near side wing. Derryfield on the EMO. A lot of penalties tonight for Portsmouth. They've been able to play pretty well, though, Roger, shorthanded tonight.
Yes, they have.
They have not allowed an EMO goal, a man-up goal so far, as this shot offered up by Flint is wide. Staying again with Portsmouth.
Portsmouth defense.
Sorry, with Derryfield.
They pack it in so tight that bodies are getting hit all night long with shots from Derryfield.
That's a good point. We have seen a few shots, Roger, just not get through, to your point.
Yeah.
Nicolaitis is...
I've got 2 saves for Nicolaitis tonight. That's it.
Yeah, the defense in front of him is...
Nice play.
They work it far side, and that's goal number 2 for the freshman R.J. Prue. He got Derryfield on the board way back early in the second quarter. And he's heard from here in this first minute of the fourth quarter. Derryfield showing you how to do it there on the EMO. They get the man-up goal.
Yeah, that is just barely an EMO goal, too. 1 second tick on the clock, and that would have been even strength. We just got to, we got to give it to the Cougars there for being patient and not forcing that with the clock on them.
So 11-7, the man-up goal brings Derryfield back within 4. Meanwhile, another win at X for Logan Purvis, the sophomore who has really stepped his game up in this second half after getting dominated at the X in that first half. He lost his first 7.
It is what it is, boys.
But has an edge here since halftime. A big win there for Derryfield, and it leads to a timeout number 1 from Coach Hetler.
Yeah, they're starting to get into the act here at the face-off X. So far this half, 4-2 in favor of Derryfield on the face-offs, which they were getting annihilated in the first half in that regard.
Yeah. Well, 11-7, by the way, is the score. Still got 6 up on our screen, but Derryfield cashed in with number 7 a moment ago from R.J. Prue. He's got 2. Silvio with 2 in this second half.
3 points total. He's got an assist as well.
Ethan Flanagan And Tate Flint, along with Alex Murray, accounting for the Derryfield scoring. And as I mentioned, Portsmouth with 6 goals from Michael O'Neill, the senior, putting on one of the better individual performances, Roger, that you and I have seen all season.
Yeah, the way he outran that defense on his last goal and just, had nothing there but net in front of him, and the goaltender was just amazing to see the athleticism in that kid.
Nearly full dark here on the Seacoast as we, hit about 8:15 or so local time. This game got started about 20 minutes late tonight. Kind of a later start time to begin with at 6:30. Seen a lot of these varsity games statewide get played in the afternoon. The most common start time being 4 o'clock, for better or worse.
This might be
It's a turnover, right?
Yeah, is it turnover?
Said he was out of bounds. Yep. Brown's going to put it back in play. And, of course, we're back to even strength.
But I think we've only seen maybe 3 settled clears tonight. Everything has been transition.
Clippers, no problem there on the clear. And, of course, no shot clock in high school lacrosse. We've talked about this all season, Roger. When is it too early to take your foot off the gas if you've got the lead?
I keep going. I mean, 4 goals against the Cougars with 10 minutes left is not enough. It's not enough.
Largest lead has been 5 tonight. Closest Derryfield has gotten in the second half is 4. And that's where we are now, a 4-goal gap, 11-7. Meanwhile, Myers playing a little keep away with Delisle.
Nice play.
Finds the cutter, Rolfs, but he couldn't reel it in. Fowler. Another ground ball for the Derryfield sophomore. The long pole has played well tonight. Trying to shake off 2 defenders on that far side. He's going to beat 2 Clippers to the spot, get the clear himself. Fowler still with it. Up ahead to Murray, goal line extended. He'll trot now behind the cage and swing it near side for the freshman Prue. 2.5 minutes gone by, 4th quarter. Flanagan comes flying in, takes the pass, tried to go across the zone with a feed, broke it up. Maldari takes it, chopped down from behind. Flanagan throws a shoulder in his direction. This one is kicked out of bounds and will stay with Derryfield. Good hustle both ways along the near sideline. Meanwhile, Flint off the screen. In a spin, going to flip it to Cabot, the sophomore. Nowhere to go behind the cage. Back over to the junior Flint. Derryfield looking for a key goal here. 3 minutes in, 4th quarter. A chance to climb back within 3 for the first time in this second half.
This is what they want. Watch Tate Flint up top, too.
Silvio one-on-one with Myers behind the net. Comes near side. Wraparound shot denied. Michaelitis ready in the cage. Makes an overhead save. 3rd save tonight for the senior. Outlet pass on the money, and there's the clear on the far sideline for Maldari. Big stop by the Clippers. And now Portsmouth back in control here. Nearly 4 minutes gone by, 4th quarter.
Yeah, Michaelitis with the stance and held his ground and didn't get out of place at all and was right there with the high to high. It's almost like Coach Vischer's got them in this, let's try this, because we're going to end up playing some tight spots where we're going to need to control the ball. Let's get some isolations, and then let's see what we can do by pulling the defense out. This is the second time they've done a high dodge. And then they roll the crease the last time. Let's see what they do here.
No, they're in no hurry.
No, there's the roll. No dodge.
Trying to find some spacing. And meanwhile, if you're Derryfield, that clock continues to tick. Defensively, you've got to be a little more aggressive at some point, right?
For sure. And I think that's what Coach Vischer is trying to do, is to goad them into coming up and playing and getting beat at the very top. And then you can roll guys through the inside of the crease.
Fine line if you're trailing on defense. Because you don't want to get out of position, but you got to get the ball back. Meanwhile, here's a shot from Rolfs, a deep one, offered up by the senior, ends up wide. It'll stay with Portsmouth, and now 5 minutes already off this 4th quarter clock.
Yeah.
Long possession here for the home team. Clippers looking to go back up by 5 and match their largest lead. Smith, the face-off man. A good dodge and a shot from across the body. His second of this second half. Nick Smith showing you that he can do it all. It's 12-7 Portsmouth.
Yeah, starts the third quarter off with a goal and does the same here in the fourth for Portsmouth. I'm just amazed at that young man's stamina out there, taking every face-off tonight, going both ends on defense and offense, and, hey, plugging away.
Yeah.
Plugging away.
Couple of goals. And really gave Portsmouth a big advantage in that first half with his play at X.
Yes, he did.
It has evened out, as we've talked about since, but I don't think they build that kind of a lead without that kind of a performance. Smith eventually tracks it down. Pass knocked down by Flanagan, and now still loose in a crowd for Derryfield. It's Tyler Lautieri, the junior, making a good play with the long pole. Little up ahead for Fowler. Fowler's got the clear. Fowler, sophomore, head on a swivel, comes near side for the freshman. That's Canty. Near the goal is Cabot, who swings it around the goaltender for a shot and score. Now, would you classify that as a transition goal?
I would.
Roger.
Absolutely. They pushed it, and I like what number 20, the long pole, did there.
Fowler.
Yep, Fowler just kind of nonchalantly found Canty, and Canty saw the wall coming at him, and he didn't freak out. He got the ball down.
Chili Cabot cut his teeth in real time last year as a freshman, and now as a sophomore, a grizzled veteran. He's been somewhat quiet tonight. Gets his first goal there, though, to help his team get back within 4. Meanwhile, another big hit as Flint continues to lay people out for Derryfield. A couple of flags are going to fly now as Smith is left on the ground in the dust. It's been a physical game tonight. A lot of hits both ways, especially in the second half, as seemingly the intensity has been dialed up. These officials have had their hands full tonight. Crew Chief Ari Johnston has made a lot of calls both ways.
Yeah, that's a push on Tate Flint. That's his third penalty.
Yeah, he's not happy about it. Still shaking his head at the officials now with his right knee on the ground in the penalty box.
Yeah, he shouldn't have gotten the second penalty where he was called for unnecessary roughness with that hit. But that was on him.
Midway through fourth quarter, clock becoming more and more of a factor as we now move inside of 6 minutes. Still a 4-goal lead for Portsmouth. Clippers have the ball on the EMO up top.
Oh,
jab
nice.
step. Myers looks back door. He's got O'Neal. Wide shot offering. Senior looking for his 7th goal. Little off target. It'll stay, though, with Portsmouth.
Nice poise there by O'Neal. He could have fired away on that first part of the play.
This one dropped near side, and that 30-second penalty is going to be killed off. Silvio trots back onto the field. We're at even strength. 5.5 to go, fourth quarter. Clippers in no hurry, looking to protect this 4-goal lead.
Now, one of the names we haven't called tonight for Portsmouth was Zach Amend, who had a big part in that Exeter game.
Yeah.
I don't even see him dressed on the sideline. We'll have to find out what's going on with that.
Another veteran. Here's a shot and a stop. That's a good play. Lebede's outlet for Little, and now a collision and another penalty coming along the near sideline.
It's going to be on Little.
Got a trip. It's going to be a minute penalty here against Portsmouth. That's the freshman, I think.
Okay, this is going to be on Muldari. Should have been on 16. Oh, it is on 16.
Yeah, that's the freshman, Purcell, who's...
I saw the 1 from the ref, but not the 6.
Yeah, he's down there. He's talking with one of the assistants, Coach Salami, I think. All right, it comes with 5 minutes to go. Maybe one last chance here, Roger, for Derryfield. They're down 4. They've got the ball, and they've got an EMO here to work with.
Yeah, they gotta hurry.
Clippers have been very good, though, shorthanded tonight. They've had to eat a lot of penalties. They have allowed 1 man-up goal. earlier in this second half. Derryfield trying to make it 2. They go to Cabot. Shot wide.
I think it hit a body again.
Going to stay?
The trees are echoing from that. I like it.
Cabot calling for it. They're going to go to the other side instead, back up top. Clock ticking down towards 4 minutes. Well, you hear one of the Clipper coaches saying, let him spin it. Let him work the perimeter. This pass going to get away from Flint. Derryfield still staying patient. We're back to even strength. Another penalty killed off by Portsmouth as we move inside of 4 minutes to go.
Oh, look at the collapse right there. Wow.
There's the cutter. Canty dropped it, got knocked down, and we get another whistle.
He's going to call a loose ball push there.
Well, the Clippers aren't happy. As again, another physical play gets whistled. Derryfield okay with it as they've got it. Peru, the freshman, 2 goals tonight. Trying to swim away from the sophomore defender, Jackson. The long pole is all over him, hammering him. Goal line extended. Finally giving up. Silvio going to swing it back up top for Flint. Flint, top of the box. Shakes to the left, draws the slide, shot, and score. Tate Flint, the junior, committed to Merrimack. A hat trick here. All 3 coming in the second half. Derryfield trying to make one last push here. They're within 3 for the first time since halftime. It's 12-9.
Well, when you equal out the 3 penalties with the 3 goals and the way he has played physically tonight, that's okay in my book. He hasn't cost his team anything on the penalties, but boy, that's the second time tonight, too, Nick, that he's gotten into his left hand and gone that direction down the alley and has scored.
Well, it looked like they were shading him one way or the other, Roger, right, in that first half, almost inviting him to go to his weak hand. It hasn't mattered.
Exactly, him and Silvio.
All right, that's a big win, by the way, for Portsmouth there at the X as they retake control here with 3 minutes, and now Derryfield really with their backs to the wall, trailing by 3 with inside of 3 minutes remaining. Portsmouth. Now, Roger, I would say it's more about keep away than anything else, right?
You took the words right out of my mouth, Nick. Now is when you play wide, you play circle offense, and you try to just crack through and find breaks.
And protect the ball.
Your only time you're going to go to the goal is if it's a clear path.
Down to 2.5 to go. Derryfield going to try to force the issue and close out here. Muldari almost lost his balance, able to regain it and get rid of it. Rolf's now nowhere to go outside the box as we tick down to 2 minutes. Coach Hetler screaming at the defense to go make a play.
Well, you got to what we call you got to break down and
Purcell, a spin move, thought he was grabbed after beating the defender Little. He lost it. Lebede's with it. Outlet for Flanagan.
Timing in the grease. Too much time. 4 seconds.
4 is the rule?
Yeah.
That's a rare call.
It's a very rare call. And I actually saw it called last weekend too. It was called last weekend in a college game.
I think it's the first time we've seen it together here this year, but
for sure. But you want to lock adjacent here is what I was trying to say there. Is that I think that's what Coach Hetler is saying. They go wide in the offensive here, and this is what happens.
O'Neal thought about getting number 7. In fact, he looked like he had an empty net there, but he gets rid of it instead. Probably a smart play as Portsmouth continues to grind down this clock down to 90 seconds.
Now they're in.
Lebede's is out of the cage here.
Yep.
Trying to act as an extra defender. Delisle is running horizontally.
This is where you want to lose it. We've talked about it all season. Keep it behind.
Down to minute 10. Delisle still being hounded by Lebede's. Into the corner for Purcell. And Portsmouth. Timeout?
Yeah.
Timeout. Number 2 for Coach Vischer. It'll come with just over a minute remaining. And again, the Clippers looking to cement this thing and get their 12th win of the year out in front 12-9.
Yeah, and that's a smart call right there. Your boys are working hard out there. They're doing a lot of running, a lot of twists and turns and trying to protect the ball. And you get tired, and it's the fourth quarter. So, yeah, good timeout there. You'll get some fresh legs out there. And I'm sure he's going to tell them, keep it behind the goal here for as much as you can. Don't get pinched. Don't get along the sidelines where you can get pushed out of bounds. Only a minute 4. I don't see where it's going to be a whole lot of difference, or make a whole lot of difference if Derryfield does get the ball back. But we've seen stranger things, and we've seen twice tonight. I think we've seen two goals within seconds of each other. In the first quarter and in the third quarter. So
you never know.
You never know.
That's why you play it out. 64 seconds to go. Coming up after the game, post-game report. Full recap, summary, stats, highlights, and, of course, a look at the out-of-town scoreboard in week number 6 as well. That's all coming up after the game. Nick and Astis, Roger Howe with you. It's our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week, presented by Beals Insurance. We're under the lights. Full dark here on the Seacoast. And we'll be right back here, by the way, 2 nights from now, Thursday, a rematch of last year's Division II championship between Portsmouth and Timberlane. That is a 6:30 start. We'll be on the air at about 6:15 or so. Again, that's Thursday, Portsmouth and Timberlane here on Friday Night Lights, New Hampshire. All right, 1 minute, 4 seconds remaining. The double team is thrown at O'Neill, but it doesn't matter. The senior going to run to daylight, going to come middle, going to spin, going to come back towards the cage, and run off some more clock.
Classy move there.
Again, declines on pulling the trigger, which would have been his 7th goal tonight. Instead, time and score at the top of his mind. Down to 40 seconds. Portsmouth going to turn it over.
I think he called it Ward there, but I didn't see it.
Flint going to have to hurry for Derryfield. Launches a pass down the field. It's too strong. Flies out of bounds with 32 seconds to go. So the Clippers in a spot here where they can kill off the remainder of this clock. Jackson, the sophomore, awaits the officials' go-ahead. Goes to Michaelitis. Swung near side for Wool. The senior is going to look middle. That one dropped in the middle.
Deep.
Max deep, and then big hit here. Sends Purcell to the turf. This one flung up in the air. Another collision near midfield. Maldari for Portsmouth with it with 10 seconds to go. And the senior is looking like he's going to be the last man to touch it here as he's going to run out the clock. And Portsmouth is going to get their 12th win of the season. A wire-to-wire victory for the home team as the Clippers hold off Derryfield by a final score of 12-9. Portsmouth still with the best record in Division II, now 12-1. Derryfield, they see their 3-game win streak snapped and fall to 9-3. All right, we'll take a break, come back, wrap it up here from the Seacoast. Roger's got some final stats and a final look at the out-of-town scoreboard as well. That's next. You're watching our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week, presented by Beals Insurance.
Our broadcast today, as it always is brought to you by Beals Insurance Agency, with locations now in both Bedford and Londonderry. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance will get you both the price and quality coverage that's right for you. Just call 603-471-9999 or visit BealsInsurance.com to request a free quote and start saving money today. Again, that's BealsInsurance.com. The New Hampshire Tomahawks promote the highest level of club lacrosse competition, not just in the state, but in the country. Looking to get recruited? Director Chris Cameron keeps an open dialogue with the nation's top college lacrosse coaches. Over 400 New Hampshire Tomahawks alumni have played at the college level, including the ACC, Big East, Big Ten, Ivy, NESCAC, NE10, and more. The New Hampshire Tomahawks coaching staff has over 100 coaches, including current high school, varsity, and college coaches. The Tomahawks offer training for players of all ages, clinics, camps, and leagues, along with spring, summer, and fall elite teams. So play with the best. The New Hampshire Tomahawks, showcase and development for college lacrosse. Visit NewHampshireTomahawks.com and girls.nhtomahawks.com.
Hey, I'm Chad, the owner of New Hampshire iPhone Repair. We're New Hampshire's most trusted and affordable repair shop for your iPhone, iPad, iPod, and even Android needs. Don't worry, we're affordable, reliable, and we back our parts with a lifetime warranty. And you know what the best part is? No, what? We can repair your phone while you wait.
I know, that's why I'm here.
Oh, I know, Mrs. Green. Here's your iPad, good as new. Bring your phone into New Hampshire iPhone Repair today.
How can you reach your team's fundraising goals at no risk and no cost? MG Sports offers a variety of products to make your team's fundraiser a success. Their products include tickets and discount cards to hundreds of local businesses. MG Sports now has a digital platform where athletes can raise funds in the comfort and safety of their own home. So become another lacrosse program like Bedford, Goffstown, or Memorial that sets fundraising records every season. MG Sports, fundraising made easy. Visit mgsportsfundraising.com to start raising money for your team today. Are you thinking of selling your home? Well, now may be the time, given that spring is here, the market is hot, and interest rates remain at all-time lows. It's time to call Roger Howe, a licensed professional realtor with the Bean Group. Not sure what your home is worth? Roger will provide a market analysis for you at no charge. With 12 years experience in residential, commercial, leasing, and investment properties, Roger knows your local market. So contact Roger Howe of the Bean Group today.
At Dead River Company, the work we do is about more than just filling up tanks. It's about the everyday moments in your home. We're here to fix your heating equipment, so you have heat and hot water for moments like this. We brave the elements, so you're always safe and warm. Anytime, day or night. Because it's moments like this that we do everything we do.
Dead River Company, it's not your job to worry about the heat. It's ours.
Become a customer today, and we'll be there for the moments that matter to you.
Love it.
All right, we're back here. All the fun and games are over. Portsmouth a 12-9 win over Derryfield in our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week, presented by Beals Insurance. It was Portsmouth night, really from the get-go. 3 goals right out of the gate, 3 in the first 3 minutes, all from senior Michael O'Neill, set the tone and helped Derryfield build what was a 4-0 lead after the first quarter. Portsmouth led 4-0 after 1. Derryfield responded 2 goals about midway through that second quarter to get within shouting distance. R.J. Prue, Ethan Flanagan, but then another mini run from Portsmouth built that lead right back up. O'Neill goes 4 and 5, 7 seconds apart, Roger, late in that second quarter. The freshman Ben Purcell played well tonight, 7-2 Portsmouth at that point. And then Flint got Derryfield a little closer with a goal in the final 2 minutes before halftime. 7-3 was the Portsmouth lead at the break. They made it 8-3. Nick Smith played well at the face-off X tonight. Chipped in on the offense with his first goal there early in the third quarter. Quinn Silvio came alive, the junior star for Derryfield, 2 goals in that third quarter, broken up by O'Neill's 5th goal at about the 5-minute mark, third quarter. And again, the 2 teams exchanged goals in the final 3:37. Keegan Myers, one of the Portsmouth captains, made it 10-5 Clippers. Alex Murray made it 10-6 for Derryfield. Dom Moldari, with just inside of a minute to go in that third quarter, scored his lone goal, and that's where we were after 3, 11-6 in favor of Portsmouth. One final push in that fourth quarter as Derryfield scored 3 of the 4 in the final quarter. R.J. Prue second, Chili Cabot's first, and then Tate Flint, who played physical tonight.
He did.
Scored there in the final 3:22, but that was it. And that's as close as Derryfield would come, as the final is 12-9. Portsmouth now 12-1. They've won 4 in a row and have the best record in Division II with a week and a half to go. Derryfield going to have to regroup against Kingswood coming up on Friday. Now having seen their 3-game win streak snapped, they sit at 9-3.
They sit at 9-3, and more importantly, as we talked at the top of the broadcast, they're now 9 points behind Portsmouth in the point standing. So that's going to be a mountain to climb for them to get that number 1 seed. I think that's a foregone conclusion that if Portsmouth continues to play the way they're playing right now, no one in Division II is going to stop them. And this team impressed me at both ends of the field. They impressed me at the face-off X. O'Neill is just a force out there. He just cannot be stopped. I didn't see any defender really shut him down tonight. And if there's any fault out there at all with Portsmouth, they got to give their goalie a little more work during these games. The guy only had 4 shots, I think, on him the entire game. Everything else was hitting bodies in front.
That's a good problem to have.
It's a good problem to have, but, you know, they pack it in so tight and they are so aggressive, whether they're adjacent sliding, whether they're sliding, you know, from the crease and stringing out with a second slide. They are everywhere on the field defensively, and they're just impressive. And I didn't see a single flaw out there except for maybe when I can't recall who the player for Portsmouth was that shot the ball, and we heard Coach Vischer tell him that's not the offense. You know, that was the only thing I really could find fault with tonight.
Yeah, that was Maldari.
It was Maldari.
You're referencing, but he atoned. Because a moment later he scored for Portsmouth on a similar shot. In the end, again, Clippers, they lead the whole time, and they win it 12-9. All right, Roger, some of the other scores we were keeping an eye on, including Wyndham and Hollis Brookline, right?
Yeah, and I think that's a girls' score.
And a win for the Cavaliers.
And a win for the Cavaliers. So I'm going to clarify that because it didn't come through with any particular gender, and I made that mistake earlier in the season with Londonderry and Bedford, so I'm not going to do it again this time. But I will tell you that the one score that was probably the most important game, aside from the Exeter-Pinkerton game, which was a late start tonight at 7:30, BG dropped their game to Acton Boxborough at Stello Stadium 12-10, and you and I talked about Acton Boxborough losing to Exeter earlier this season, and you know, here BG drops one with a couple of goals to that team, and it's a real fight at the top of these divisions these days.
Yeah, of course, the out-of-town games, they count towards the regular season record. So BG, they catch their second loss in Division I. Still unbeaten, though, against in-state competition.
That's correct.
All right, want to thank everybody here, including Tom and his staff here at Portsmouth, always making it easy. We're going to see Tom and the boys coming up on Thursday as well. We're right back here, same spot, same time, 6:30 Thursday. Timberlane, the opponent. Timberlane and Portsmouth, a rematch of last year's championship. Want to thank our staff here, including executive producer Steve Beals. Again, he's back behind the camera tonight, getting us set up. Doing a great job, as usual. Rolling with
cold, hating the cold.
Hating the cold, we all do.
Complaining the whole time.
He's not used to these temperatures.
No, he's not.
We got Craig Incardoni, who's also braving the cold, a California native, fully, I guess, incorporated now into the New England weather scheme. So we appreciate those two guys doing a great job, bang-up job again tonight behind the lens. And, of course, speaking of bang-up jobs, our director back in the Beals Insurance Studios, Ben Beals, doing a good job, again, getting you the replays, getting us ready to roll. So we appreciate that. All right, for my partner, Roger Howe, I'll see you on Thursday, my friend, with a great job.
You will indeed.
I'm Nick Anastas saying so long. Final score, final time, Portsmouth 12, Derryfield 9. It's been a presentation of our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week, presented by Beals Insurance.